How's it going, listeners? Welcome back to CuboldCast. If you remember from last year, we did a 4-episode October series. This is the second year that we're trying that. In this episode, we'll be talking about Little Hope, which is the second title in the Dark Pictures Anthology
Series.
That was a mouthful.
That was actually
That was only
a
the
mouthful.
second take, too. That's surprising.
I know.
Yeah.
We're getting better.
Well,
Yeah,
we didn't look at
excited.
him, so like whenever
Yeah, we looked away on purpose.
Well, if you
start laughing.
if you look at me, it's so awkward.
I know, we're just like
Chug likes to stare at me when he does it, so I purposely have to look away.
Yeah,
'cause
that
it's
one
really
time
weird.
he was
yeah,
like, he was listening off the intro, but he was staring directly in your
Yeah.
eyes.
that was funny.
That's awesome.
For the audio listeners out there, we have lots of Halloween decorations, and
Yep.
it's
Yes.
amazing. I love this time of year.
Thanks to Elena, because she really set up most of this, and she helped me pick out what to get. But me and her went out and we got decorations and made it all spooky.
Mhm.
Nice.
I got a candle that I can't even smell.
Oh, the candle
Well,
smells
yeah.
so good.
We have to get like a few inches away.
I
to
can't
actually
smell it even a few inches away.
Really?
Ooh, and candy
Thanks
corn.
to COVID, almost a year ago at
The
this
candy
point.
corn that you
We got
spilled.
candy corn.
Oh,
Caleb.
yeah.
Yeah, I was opening the bag before we started recording, and I was opening, like everyone would open it like this, right? Because it's like, you grab the two sides and you open the top. But then I did this, and it went whoosh and ripped all the way down the middle. And
And it
went
spilled
I
everywhere.
was about to
everywhere.
hand you my knife, but then it just blew up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was crazy. Oh,
But
fall
yeah.
season.
I know. It's the best. I
Oh,
already
yeah,
got a hoodie on.
this is-
Yeah, hoodies and joggers.
What is it for Little Hope? We want to. It's the second game
Yeah.
in the series. It came out after Man of Medan, which we'll be talking about in the next podcast.
Mhm.
But we decided to do Little Hope first because we heard that it was better or something.
No, it was people didn't like it as much.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, that was.
So we wanted to get
was
that
my
one out of the
fault,
way
yeah.
and then do the next one.
Yes,
We have Ben here with us today instead of Ricky.
Hello.
they swap out.
Yeah.
It depends on Ricky. Actually, not even Ricky's work schedule now. He's in Virginia visiting his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not even that. Last night I went to the Big E again.
Mm.
Because me, Chug, actually all of us,
Yeah.
all of us here went.
We even mentioned it in the last podcast.
Yeah, the week prior. Well, we left there and then we went. What was that?
I don't know.
I don't know. We
Yeah,
all got
weird
that.
feedback there. Well, anyway, we left after the podcast and then went to the Big E, but it was insane.
It was terrible. We took multiple cars, and at one point it was on a Saturday.
Mhm.
Do not go to the Big E. Oh, nice,
It was
Jay.
dying.
I'm
Don't
dying.
die.
I'm choking on water again.
I was gonna say, don't go to the Big E or any type of what is it called?
Fair.
It's a fair, but it's
No,
literally
it was-
like
Exposition. It's called an exposition.
Oh.
That's just what they call it. It's just a
Yeah.
fair put on by multiple states.
Pretty much.
it's where all of New England converges. It's like
Mhm.
a huge fair.
Don't go on Saturday.
It's
We were stuck in
terrible.
traffic for a straight hour. It was horrible.
much.
I know. There
By
was
the time I got there-
not much traffic at all when I went last.
I was
yesterday.
so annoyed by the time I got there that it was hard to even have fun,
Yeah.
especially with all the
Yeah.
people.
When I was driving there last night, yesterday, we were driving. I was in the middle lane, and then all of a sudden, just my lane stopped, and I was like so confused. And then I went around, and there was this literal giant wooden box, like fitted directly for the lane.
What?
Like I think a truck dropped a box.
Oh
It
man.
was like
That's
just
so
in the one
weird.
lane.
I was driving once and I was on the highway and there was a literal couch in the middle of the road. And I swerved around it because I
That's
didn't expect
terrifying.
it.
Yeah, but yeah, it was much better yesterday. I remember last week in so I bought I think it was like $20 worth of tickets because I like to go on the rides, but we
Mhm.
only went on 2. All of us ended up giving our tickets away.
Pretty
Because
much,
the
yeah.
lines were so long, we didn't even have time to do it. So, but there was one section in there where we were literally just like shuffling through people,
Yeah, there
Remember
were
that?
so many
Like,
people there.
packed. It was like sardines.
It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I was with a different group and we were trying to find you guys and then you just said rides or we asked Elena and she's like rides. We're like, well that's specific.
Rides.
So we go to rides and there were so many people there. We could barely get through.
yeah.
So we tried to look for you a little bit and then we were just like, okay, we're leaving this area.
What made it even worse, though, is we split into 3 groups, which I wasn't even aware of. And then at the end, we had to get all the groups back into one place.
Yeah.
And like,
And well, okay,
Yeah.
that was pretty easy to do because we just told them go to the gate that we came in.
I know, but it just added that extra layer of frustration
Yeah,
over
true.
the entire day.
There's always that one person that doesn't respond to you too.
I know they don't answer their phone.
and it's super late, and you're trying to leave.
It was Ricky last time.
Well,
right?
Ricky was out of it.
He got his wisdom teeth out and he was on drugs.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was like, Brian was just following him around for
Pretty
whatever
much.
reason. They were just like, I didn't.
Brian
know.
was making sure he wasn't gonna do anything stupid.
Probably. I
Yeah.
was like, don't don't follow the guy that's on drugs.
I think it was funny that what is it? They got monsters. You were there
Yeah.
too. They got
Jaden.
monsters and they got there's only one that I know of that actually has like sugar in it. That's the original, the green.
Maybe the
And-
juice one.
Maybe the juice. Yeah, I guess. But they got that one, and that one's. I think that one's gross.
I don't like that one.
It's really gross. And then there was like the white one, the sugar-free one, like on the other side of the building. I was like, why didn't you get that one? He's like, because they didn't have it. And so we walked around the building, and it was just like right there. I just
Huh.
started dying laughing. I'm like, you
Yeah,
guys.
for whatever reason, the green one makes me feel gross. Like I almost feel like the oil starts like excreting and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really gross.
like,
Then
I
you start smelling like Axe body spray.
yeah, and then like the Dorito dust
It
gets on
just
your
starts
fingers.
starts appearing on your
That's
fingers.
the worst. You ever been to? Trying to think. Like you remember how we used to go to those teen fairs or whatever, and there'd be like those kids that have like Dorito chips or whatever, and they're just so, and their fingers are all
Oh,
like gunky
yeah.
and
Gunky.
like disgusting.
I
Gunky.
hate when people lick their fingers after stuff.
Yeah.
Like they say, "Oh, that's the best part." That's gross.
Ew,
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's so
who's-
weird.
I think I know who said that.
yeah.
Yeah, multiple people.
That's so gross.
Like your nasty, crusty little fingers.
It's like,
why would you just lick those like a popsicle?
yeah.
It's just
Ew.
weird.
And like you can't
So
just lick it with
nice.
your tongue. You have to get your teeth in there to like.
I feel
Oh.
gross when I do it. Like if I ever
Yeah.
do it for some reason, I'm like, ew.
I'll do it. Like, oh, even then, like even thinking about it, it's gross. But if I do it, I wash my hands after. I'm not gonna walk around with like spit and
Well,
disgusting
you
powder.
should be washing
Yeah.
your hands before because you might have some stuff on it.
Well,
Yeah.
what's worse is if you're actively eating chips and you lick your fingers and then put it back in the bag.
Yeah.
That's just, ugh.
That's disgusting.
That is.
Uh, I don't know what else.
Anyway,
That
you,
was so
we can start
awkward.
talking about Little Hope, I guess.
Yeah, we're actually not gonna do a quiz today. Mostly because we can't really find anything related to like Halloween.
We didn't look very long though.
No.
But we're doing 4 episodes this month, so
Yes.
The
they're
lineup
probably
is
going to be a little
exciting.
shorter.
We got the next anthology, the first title, which is Man of Medan.
Yeah, Madon, yep.
And then after that, Oxen Free.
Oh yeah,
I've heard
I'm
so-
excited
I don't know
about that.
anything about
I've heard
it.
a lot of good things about it.
I was looking at the trailer, and everyone was saying I would give an infinite amount of money to experience this game for the first time again.
Mm.
And that's the kind of
It's
game
one
I
of
want to
those.
play. Yeah.
And then finally Outlast.
Yes.
Yeah.
First one.
That's the one we're kind of dreading because
That-
it really is scary.
It's
I'm not
terrifying.
dreading it because I don't know what to expect.
You're gonna.
If
So-
anyone says it's not scary, it's because they've watched so much about it that they're just not scared anymore.
Yeah.
I'm nervous to play it because even like, well, we'll get into this later, but I wasn't really scared during this one. But that one, I know it's like it's not only that you're terrified, but you're also anxious.
And you're defenseless. You can't do
Yeah.
anything. You just have to hide.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a fun one.
So that's gonna be scary. We should have
Yeah.
Ben play.
Oh
No.
my.
Oh, that's
No.
nice.
Dan, do you like horror games?
I haven't played that many.
Oh, okay.
He was scared of Destiny 1.
Hey, that was like 6 years
those
ago.
Thralls.
That was like
First
6 years
edition,
ago.
Yeah.
Wait, Ben, you're gonna play Oxenfree with us, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I bought the game not realizing I had gotten it in a humble bundle.
Yeah,
And-
we all owned it.
Yeah, and
We
so I
didn't
just
even
gave the
know.
key to Ben.
Yeah, you asked. Wait, no.
I asked you if you wanted to buy it from me, and,
Yeah,
but you had it too. So.
Yeah, you're like, wait, I have this in my library. Then I was like, yeah, sure. Wait, let me check. And I was like, I have this. So I think what was it, a humble bundle that we probably got?
It
in?
must have been some
Yeah.
sort of.
Some
like,
I
random-
mean, I got
bundle.
it for a couple bucks off of G2A.
Dude, I haven't gotten a humble bundle in a while.
They're all terrible. I
got-
haven't seen a good one. Well, okay, there was like a VR one, but nobody has VR.
No, yeah. I got an
So-
audio bundle, and all the softwares are really crappy.
I've done that
Oh.
before, and it's all weird stuff that no one's even heard of.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Pretty
like,
much.
oh, maybe like they'll like surprise me, but I was like, these are really garbage.
Yeah, I've gotten a book bundle before, and I never even touched the books.
You got a book bundle?
It was for like some cybersecurity thing when I was interested in that.
Oh, I saw that.
It was a while ago,
Yeah.
like years ago.
I've seen
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, but they've done it multiple times.
Yeah. Patrick would like that.
I think I sent those books to him.
Wonder if he read them.
Probably not.
Oh,
He's got a
probably
lot
not,
of
yeah.
stuff he's working on. But
We'll also do a spoiler section.
yeah, I was
too.
gonna mention that.
Yeah,
It'll
that's
be
definitely
shorter.
needed. Oh yeah,
Shorter
this game
spoiler
was like
section.
5 hours long.
yeah. The first one is shorter too.
Shorter than Little Hope.
It's 4 hours
Oh,
average.
wow.
So
Does that mean you almost
I
beat
don't
it?
actually mind that though.
I played like half. Of
Yeah.
it. I played
Oh,
like
wow.
half of it yesterday. But
But I said this a couple, maybe last week, but I'm excited for these 4 episodes because all of the games that we're playing, you can beat in a day. Like you probably won't, but you could beat in a day.
yeah,
Yeah.
Which like last year we had Amnesia, which was like 14 hours,
yeah, that
Wasn't it?
was.
It was pretty
It
long.
was. I think it was like 10 or 11.
and I
We
think
did the Resident Evil games too.
those are like 10.
And you and I were up pretty late trying to finish
Yeah.
those,
Mhm.
and that soured part of the game for
Well,
us.
I think that ruined. Yeah, well, I beat it once, but then I wanted to beat Claire's story, so I did
Yeah.
that, and I was up late. We were both up late.
There were still great games, but just something about feeling obligated to finish a game limits some of the fun you can have
Yeah,
with it.
it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, you're not just playing it for fun. You're playing it because you have to finish it.
It's not
Yeah.
like Red Dead where you take long breaks of it and it takes like 50 hours to
Dude,
beat.
I'll beat Red Dead in like 5 years.
Yeah.
No,
But
I'll-
after the Halloween ones, we should do Dark Souls. You
We
and I will
should.
play through Dark Souls 2 together.
Yeah.
We could stream it.
I want to play Dark Souls 2. Because that'll be fun, and then I'll probably play the first one maybe.
Yeah,
And then the third one or whatever. It doesn't matter what order I do it.
You're gonna
in.
play 2 then
Like,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, we
Messing-
can stream it.
that'd be fun.
Oh, that would be so
Because
fun.
we could do it twice a week.
Yeah.
We could do it
Ooh,
longer too. It'd be pretty fun.
That would be. That's gonna be
mic
some
is,
pretty good clips from that.
Yeah.
It's like raging.
Wait,
wrong
what are
with
you
your
doing to your
mic?
mic?
I'm trying to tighten it, but it's not working.
No, you tighten it with the actual entire.
What?
What?
Oh, you're trying to tighten that.
I'm tightening this, but
No. Oh, okay.
it does that.
Take the XLR out and then
Oh,
keep
that's
tightening
weird. Mine tightened. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but it doesn't tighten like this.
And then does it loosen?
it.
Dude.
That's what I told you last time.
Yeah. Ah!
My ears. We're gonna have to cut that out. That was loud.
He had to adjust his mic. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to do that. Finish that.
Okay.
You know, Dark
I
Souls
do
3?
have, I do have to say, Dark Souls 2, I did have fun with it
But you played with Brian.
when I played with
Yeah.
Brian. So
That's kind of why I want to play it. But also, you guys say it's the worst. So then,
okay. It's the worst by far by like mechanics wise.
yeah.
Like the world building is not good.
Their idea of making things difficult is putting like double the amount of bosses that there are in other games, like in little mini bosses,
Yeah.
and then throwing you in rooms where hundreds of enemies just come out and start attacking you.
Pretty
That's
much.
half the game.
That's like one of my biggest pet peeves is when you fight the big boss or like any big boss.
Yeah.
And then there's these other little guys there.
It's artificial difficulty.
It's yeah,
Like,
it's
make
so-
the boss hard, not the
It's
enemies.
supplemental. It's like I want to fight him. I don't want to fight these little guys. I've been fighting you all like the whole time.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
So we'll have fun with that.
Yeah, but then also if I play the second one first, my level of expectation will be lower.
Yeah.
So then when I play the first one and the third one, it'll be like, wow, this is like so
I feel
good.
like you'd really enjoy 3. That's my thought.
I mean, I started it.
You started it.
I had trouble on that tutorial boss.
Everyone does though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to.
It took me 40
Warm
hours
up
to
to
beat my
it.
first playthrough.
Mm.
It doesn't take me that long now. I mean, that is my most played Dark Souls game.
I've
Yeah.
I've actually beaten Dark Souls 3 in like less than 8 hours.
I actually
Huh.
I think I have like 5 or maybe more than 5 hours in Dark Souls 3.
Really?
I got through the tutorial. I beat the booty boss.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Vort.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
beat Vort.
Vort, and then
Oh, you're at the
the-
village.
yeah,
Oh,
I beat-
okay.
I beat the no. I don't know.
Did you beat
I'm
the
somewhere
tree
in the
boss?
village. Huh?
Did you beat the tree boss?
Tree boss? No.
Don't
the
spoil
tree
it.
boss.
No. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not far by any means, but I'm not.
Mm.
I wouldn't say I'm at the like very start.
Yeah.
Little
We
hope.
can jump into Little Hope now.
Yes.
So
Actually, we could
what
men-
is
we
what is
could-
the series?
We could mention New World for like
New
Oh,
World.
2
actually, yeah.
minutes.
Honorable mention. Amazon's New World.
Yes.
Chug and I really like the game a lot.
We're,
It's
ki-
getting-
we're kind of addicted.
Yeah, well, I've been looking for an MMO game to play since Lego Universe shut down in 2012, and
Mhm.
none of them have really worked for me.
Mhm.
New World?
Yeah. Like what?
No, continue. Sorry, I'm a
What do you
little
mean?
early on that.
Oh,
No, just-
I tried to get into Elder Scrolls Online. I tried to get into a couple other MMOs, but just none of them worked for me. I just didn't like them. But this one is the one that's given me the best feeling since Lego Universe.
That's what I was gonna say. New World, like that's your that has like satisfied that.
Oh yeah,
It kind of has, yeah. It's
Really?
it's an upbeat kind of game. It's not dark, kind of like Elder Scrolls Online was.
Yeah.
The music is really good, and
Well, okay, so like it kind of reminds me of like Skyrim. Like you could run around the world and do different things like that, collect stuff, kill things in the world. Like it's relaxing in the fact that like Skyrim, you run around, you're running, and there's like the nice music playing. It's like that.
basically,
And you're not tied. You're not boggled down by any specific like.
No?
it's just a pure
Path.
relaxing game.
Unless you do PvE. Actually, no.
PvP is fun.
PvP is very fun.
But
I do have to
it's really
say.
nothing like Lego Universe, but it just kind of provides that same feeling that I
Yeah.
had as a kid. So it's almost nostalgic in a way, but so it's a little bit different.
The PvP was fun though. Me, you, and Ben.
Yeah.
We turned PvP on because you could like make groups and stuff. And so we did some PvP missions where you go and complete missions, and then the other people are completing the same missions too, but they're obviously you could kill them. And so we ganged up on so many people. We killed like 5 or 6 people.
We
That's
were
awesome.
running back to the main town, and I looked behind me because you can do the alt look where you look behind you as you run. And this one dude was just running up behind us, and I'm like, "All right, guys, turn around and kill him." So they both turned around and just started shooting him with stuff.
Nice.
It's so fun.
But it's getting mixed reviews right now, mainly because of the servers.
The queue system, yeah.
Well, Amazon has a ton of servers, and they have the biggest server farms in the world. But the problem is, if they decided to put out like 1,000 new servers for this, it would dilute the people across many different servers. And then when the initial beginning stages of the game dies off, then it would be stuck with a couple people in every server.
Yeah.
But right now, there are literally like 5,000 people in these queues.
How many servers are there?
There's a lot. There's hundreds.
There's a lot.
Isn't
yeah.
that for the high population ones though?
But in EU, in Europe, it's a lot different because they don't have as many servers over there. But people are giving it bad reviews because they're trying to join the high population servers and they don't want to join a lower pop one. So they're stuck in the queue for 10 hours and they can't actually play the game.
Yeah, like we
stupid.
got on
Yeah.
the game. We joined it was low for me when I joined it because I made my character like a day earlier than him. But I got in right away. There's no queue.
I mean, it sucks for the EU people, but they got to understand there's almost like 1 million people that got the game on launch day.
Yeah.
Actually, Amazon said it was over 1 million people. But if they put out so many servers, then when the initial hype dies off, it's going to be stuck with empty servers.
Yeah. That's like getting mad at Rust
Yeah.
for how they
pretty
do
much,
things.
yeah.
Like someone trying to join a high pop server and being in a queue and then just
Yeah.
leaving a bad review.
That's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
And
stupid.
people just got to wait it out because they don't want it to be destroyed with too many servers in the long run.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of people, a lot of streamers talk about it too.
it's
Well, I mean, it's
Like
owned
mention
by Amazon, and Amazon owns Twitch, so they're paying all the
No,
streamers.
no,
to
I
play
mean
it.
like on YouTube. I don't watch Twitch streamers much. But on YouTube, they're like, hey, like, what do you think about like New World? Just like in conversation.
It
So-
definitely is an MMO game, so it's not for everyone, but it's just a relaxing game to play.
yeah.
I think just judging by how popular it seems right now, I think Amazon later on is gonna become a huge player in video games.
Amazon
It
didn't
is.
think it would be this popular. They weren't
Yeah.
expecting. The peak is like 700,000 last I checked, but it would have been more if it weren't for the servers getting full.
Yeah, 'cause some people actually didn't want to wait in the queues, and so they just uninstalled it and refunded it. A
Yeah.
lot of people
Oh.
did that because they were like, I'm not waiting 4 or 5 hours just to get into like a server, maybe even longer than that, and then not be able to refund the game because I have more than 2 hours.
Mm.
So
Jeff Bezos is already saying that this game is a success, even though it just came
Yeah.
out.
Is it
Probably
really?
probably a monetary success. They probably already recouped
Oh, yeah.
their initial
Oh, yeah.
investment.
Amazon is huge. I mean,
Yeah.
they have
Crucible
Prime,
is gone.
AWS.
Crucible, remember that
Oh,
original
yeah.
game that they made with like it's like almost like Apex but
Mm.
third person or something.
Yeah.
That game is totally gone.
Well,
You
that's
can't
why
even
they
play
didn't
it.
expect this many people to play it because their first game just completely flopped.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I really like it. Most people seem to like it. The people that do have complaints about it are just really nitpicky in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Because it's an MMO. It's meant to be grindy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
While you guys
Yeah.
have been playing New World, me and Sam have been playing Northgard.
yeah,
I've been trying
which
to find my
I like
clan.
Northgard.
I would be playing Northgard if it wasn't for New World.
Yeah, Northgard is so fun though.
It is.
I heard you getting pretty mad the other day. You're like, I
Okay.
hate this game.
Okay, that was because I was getting my city was getting attacked so often. I'm not even
By wolves?
exaggerating. Wolves.
Didn't you say that you guys turned it to medium for the difficulty
No,
of
it
the
was just it was just regular.
really?
Yeah. Like no lie, I think I probably got attacked like 10 times within like 30 minutes of playing.
Oh my.
And that is a big complaint of mine. When I played with Brian, we did the same team. We played on the same team against AI.
Mhm.
I spawned right next to a wolf den, and I just couldn't kill the wolves because I couldn't get my army big enough.
Yeah.
But the wolves would come like every 10 minutes and attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. The other thing is I think the giants are too overpowered.
I used them.
When we were playing, you
don't do that
destroyed
much.
mine.
They're way overpowered.
Like Brian destroyed mine.
Yeah, Brian destroyed Ben, Nathaniel, Sam, and all with like a
Brian
giant.
used
Really?
Mjolnir and destroyed
Oh,
all
yeah,
of
that's-
Nathaniel's army on one tile.
Well, he had them all
Oh,
bunched
my.
up in one.
So me and Sam all went over to Nathaniel's base and just destroyed the entire
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, man.
It's just crazy because even with when Sam had a giant, I don't want to spend too much time on Northgard, but when Sam had a giant, he killed 2 other giants because so I couldn't get him. I couldn't trade with him and get him. But he killed 2 other giants with one giant. Like he went back and healed a little bit, and then he killed the next one.
Yeah.
It does take an awful lot to get a giant, though.
It does, yeah.
You have to be trading with multiple trading posts
Yeah, I know.
for most of the game,
Yeah.
and then you'll get one towards the end.
It's just, yeah. Now I'm starting to realize, I'm starting to get like a strategy for myself. Like I'm trying to make sure that, like last game, I was capping out my food. I had to organize feasts constantly because I had so much food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I haven't played enough to know everything about it, but I do really like the game.
yeah. But
All right, let's get
Anyway.
into Little Hope now.
Yes.
this
is a non-spoiler section.
yeah.
Obviously.
So I don't know. Oh wait, yeah. So these people made the people
Until
that
Dawn, right?
yeah Until Dawn, which I played maybe 5 or 6, maybe 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's
was a
something we
while
would have
ago.
played, but it's a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, me and my friend, we played it in one night, and I didn't know that it was this type of, what would you call this type of game?
Choices matter.
Yeah,
Story
choice-
driven.
Choose your own adventure, I guess.
That's a good way.
it was that type of game. So we thought it was just like, oh, like I was an idiot. I never had experienced a game like this before. So we were just playing it like normally, and as people were dying, I'm like, no, like, oh, he died. I didn't realize that my choices were getting these people killed. So then at the end, we started realizing it. We had 2 people left,
Oh man.
and we got like one of the worst endings there was. So these feel Little Hope felt very similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very similar.
And this is a different series than Until Dawn. Until Dawn was its own thing,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the Dark Pictures Anthology, which is a series of 4 games I think they're going to make.
3 or 4.
Well, there's
I
a
think
3rd one
4.
coming out soon,
Mm-hmm.
and the last game referenced a 4th.
Yeah, it had the 4 book bindings,
Mm.
and there wasn't just 3. It was,
Towards the end, the guy did mention, this isn't really a spoiler, but he kind of said like, maybe we'll see you in the Arabian desert or the Pacific.
yeah.
And so the next one's going to be in the Arabian desert.
There's also a
obviously.
nod to that. If you guys picked, I think you picked up a picture.
Yeah, the
and
picture towards
yeah,
the
it
end.
showed you.
Yeah, that's what you were looking at.
Was that the next game?
The rope.
The rope, the lady falling
Yeah.
off the rope.
Yeah.
That's for the 3rd game, and then apparently, if it goes along with what the guy said, the 4th one's going to be in the Pacific Ocean, like on an island, maybe.
Candy corn. My tooth is already hurting. I don't know why.
wow.
Just sugar.
I can't think of any other game. Has there been any other anthology series in the gaming community?
I don't think so.
No.
Because I was gonna say, I'm chewing out candy corn. I gotta.
I actually thought I didn't know it was like this
Yeah.
before I started it. I thought it was one of those games where it's almost like a movie and you make a choice and it plays a different story. There's a couple of those games on Steam.
There's also gameplay. You walk around. There's time. Oh wait. What are you?
I'm talking
what are you
about, there are these games on Steam. There's
like,
something about a heist.
live action, right?
Yeah, there's like a live action movie and you make a choice in the middle. So it's basically like watching a movie with choices. I thought it was like those types of games. I didn't realize it was like Until Dawn.
Oh, okay.
But
I think the anthology thing is really interesting, though.
I think the curator,
Yeah.
This is so interesting.
there's this character called the curator who's the narrator of the story, and he's really cryptic about things, the way he talks. and you kind of don't know who he is. People call him Daddy Death. He's implied to be Death at one point, or he says something that
He says, I meet everyone once.
yeah, and that could kind of infer that he's Death.
Okay, I don't know what it was, but I noticed it once in Little Hope and when I was playing Man of Medan yesterday for a couple hours. For some reason, in the background, I didn't want to say anything with Little Hope because I just didn't really think anything of it until I saw it in Man of Medan. You know, in the intro, when the curator's walking down the hallway, he has that coat and then he has like the bowler hat.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I saw a silhouette multiple times of that.
His shadow? Oh, wait.
Like almost like he was there, but he wasn't.
Oh, in the pictures?
No, while I was playing.
Wait, what? Like in game?
In game.
So is he kind of like the Watcher in What If?
I don't know. It was yeah, okay, in Man of Medan, I was on a boat and there was a door closing. And then as the door closed, nobody was wearing that was outside of that door. But somebody was wearing that. And the door closed and I was like, that was weird.
They probably have like Easter eggs hidden throughout with him in there.
I was like, that's really cool. If that's the case.
That is really cool. Personally, I think this is actually something really interesting though, because like I said, I haven't seen any anthology series in video games, and anthology series are one of my favorite things to watch. Like on Netflix, there's Bly Manor, and then there's House of something. Those two I watched, 2 anthology series that were really good. And then there's also,
yeah, there's a couple other ones.
Yeah, a couple other ones.
Anthology series are usually best for TV or even maybe like a radio drama because they reuse the voice actors a lot of times or the visual actors.
Yeah.
Screen actors? How do you
Just
say that?
actors.
Actors, yeah. They often reuse them because they don't want to rehire people every time.
Yeah.
So they'll have the same people playing different characters.
Well, in Little Hope, there's Eyebrow Kid.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
What is his actual name?
I was gonna say I
don't know what his actual name is, but he played in Maze Runner, and he played in something else. But he was what is his name? I don't know what his name is. You guys can look that up. But
I'm Googling it.
He just has really, really bushy eyebrows, and so we've always
Well,
just
they're
called
like
him.
bushy.
they're sharp.
Yeah,
They're like-
yeah.
They have a lot of expression in them.
Yes.
Will Poulter.
Yes, yeah.
I think he also plays in. Didn't he play in Hunger Games? Or am I thinking of
might
someone else?
have. You're thinking of Maze Runner.
Yeah, Maze Runner. Oh, he was in the Chronicles of Narnia.
He was in Narnia?
Mhm.
Which one? I don't remember that.
He was. I don't know who he was. I don't think he was one of the kids, was he? No.
Let
know.
me see.
But I think he's most famous for Maze Runner.
Yeah, probably.
He played in Hereditary?
Did he?
I think he did.
No,
I don't know.
he didn't.
He might have been someone in a backup character or something.
Let me see. It
But
must have
me
been.
and Jay
yeah.
haven't played we haven't started Man of Medan yet.
No,
right?
not
So, and Chug, you said they were the characters were in there, but they weren't the main characters. They were kind of just.
Well, okay, there was a few reused characters like Ben Shapiro Kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's this character who kind of looks and sounds like Ben Shapiro, so we call him Ben Shapiro.
He
I think it's his
was in
mouth.
the intro.
Yeah.
He's not one of the main characters. He was like in the
okay.
intro to the game. And then there was someone else.
Speaking of the intro to Little Hope was insane.
Yeah,
It was shock value.
it
Definitely.
was.
And so a lot of people say they liked Man of Medan. I think it might be Medan. I'm not sure. But Man of Medan better. But Chug said he didn't like the intro as much because it wasn't as shocking.
Yes,
Well, you said there was something shocking though.
it was,
Slightly?
but it was like I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't like jaw dropping like Little Hopes was.
Yeah.
That
so,
got me excited for the game though.
And the game was a little slow in the beginning, just a little bit.
Free snacks.
Yes, free snacks.
I don't know that reference.
I don't
No.
either.
No, I was when I was streaming it yesterday. Ben was the only one watching, and whenever we'd see a dead body, he'd say, "Ooh, a snack," and then there's like more dead bodies, and
That's
he's like,
disgusting.
"Free
Ben.
snack."
But you're
And then-
nasty.
Yeah, Ben wants to snack on those dead bodies.
Zevy's been influencing you.
Yeah.
Look at the filth on you now.
But yeah, it's. I still need to play the other half of it to see how it goes. But as of right now, I do like Little Hope's
first half
better. Yeah.
But I remember, I don't know, I don't think I saw your response, but I heard Chug's, and then you obviously you both heard mine of the intro, but all it was just like, what is happening?
Yeah,
like,
Chug heard mine.
Yeah, no, it was just like, it's one of those things where one thing happens, and then another thing happens, and then another thing happens, and then
think
another
Final
thing
Destination.
happens. It's
Literally,
ridiculous.
yeah, it's like Final Destination. Yeah.
I thought I was making all the wrong choices.
Yeah, same.
I was like, what am I doing? I'm already killing everybody.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
It's just insane. And then it goes into a really weird intro. Bus driver driving a bus.
Oh yeah.
And then the bus crashes.
Okay, I
'Cause
do
he's
have
a
to
little
say
girl.
before we get into the story of it, the jump scares.
Yeah,
They're
it's
not
out of control.
Jump scares. There were too many. So it's not necessarily like a jump scare. It's more of an insanely sharply loud noise.
The audio was a bit out of control.
The way I think about it is like, you know that one friend or whatever that like
when you're watching a horror movie and they try to scare you.
They do that like and like scream in your ear, and it gets you the first time, and then the second time it might get you, and then they just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like that.
Basically.
It's just
there was
super
one
loud.
I never actually yelled out loud. I think you did once.
I did.
I know
whoa, like,
I
or
know what
something
you're
like
talking
that.
about. The
Yeah.
one where the
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it wasn't the grabbing.
That
It was a
one
different
didn't get me.
Well, no,
on
no,
the bridge.
not the girl, it was the guy.
No, it's the mannequin one.
Oh, the mannequin, yes.
Man-
Which
Mannequin?
I heard you scream at that part.
What was that one?
I'm not gonna say it because then people will know. But there's a mannequin that scared you, but then you found it was just a mannequin.
Oh, I just saw it in the corner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it in the corner.
There was a part where it made the loud noise, and that actually kind of scared
there
me.
was
Oh
a-
no, maybe it did make it.
There was another part that you said that was pretty creepy too, and I got scared of it. Or not scared of it, but like
There were a couple.
it shocked me. The
Yeah.
one where the guy comes out of the mist, just like walks forward really, really quickly.
I don't think it was loud either.
It wasn't.
That, for some reason, like something disturbing coming out of something obscured, like a dark doorway or mist, is really scary.
Yeah.
Like you just don't expect it. They just kind of walk out.
Yeah. And those are the scariest ones when they don't have to do
Yes.
a super loud noise in your ear.
Yeah.
The scariest ones for me are when you're just kind of like strolling or something and you like see something in the distance or like in the trees.
Yeah.
Like that will get me because like I'm expecting to see trees and then I see something.
Well, okay, so when you're
Unnatural.
walking down the street and you hear the little girl singing and you see her running across the street, that's not
That
That's
doesn't
scary.
scare
expected.
me.
Yeah.
But like if you see, like so let's say like a demon's hand or something in the bushes or something
Yeah.
like that, that's scary.
Yeah, because you're
Mhm.
not expecting it to be there.
Yeah.
I saw this scare. It was from one of the Insidious movies, I think, where a kid was in the shower and like this hand goes over the shower curtain. Like that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
kind of creepy. Yeah.
Insidious were creepy movies.
They got
The-
less so. Over
I never
time.
saw the first one, but I saw
We saw like the third one or something.
the third one.
The
Yeah,
key one or something.
I don't
In the
remember.
third one, the truck. Remember that?
No,
But we did you see it in theaters?
no.
Oh, I saw it in theaters. And
We watched it at your house, I think.
Really? No,
I
I
think-
saw that in theaters.
No, like later
Oh,
on.
okay, yeah. But there was one part in the beginning of the movie, not a spoiler or anything, but basically like something happens where a truck drives by. You know, like in movies when someone gets hit by a truck or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like something like that happened, and it was so loud in the theaters that it's like shocked me. And usually I get those, like like I was watching a show the other day, and someone walked out in the street. I was like, this person's literally gonna get hit by a truck, and it happened. Like
yeah,
it's like,
they frame the
yeah,
street
they
in a
frame
certain
it.
way,
The way they frame it.
Yeah.
It's like they're framing it for the CGI truck to come in.
basically.
But-
We should set up Little Hope. So, Little Hope is a bunch of characters that crash on a bus, and they're in this sketchy town and are
Mhm.
unable to leave because of
Yes.
a mist.
The town is Little Hope.
Mm-hmm. And it suffered from witch trials in like the 1670s.
Yeah, but mostly it's a ghost town because what was it like? There's financial troubles. There was their main source of income.
There was like a steel mill that shut
Yeah,
down.
Mhm.
yeah. So it's basically a ghost town, and there's the main character would probably be the eyebrow kid, right? We should probably know his name.
Yes.
Andrew?
An-
in the movie?
Andrew.
Something. Oh yeah,
Andrew.
Andrew. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's a professor,
Is that John?
John.
They were
There's-
on a school trip.
Yeah, so
That school trip was weird.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, this is the most random college school trip. Like late at night, there's a professor and there's like 3 students or
4 students.
four?
Because the old lady was a student.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
but
was
that's-
just as old as the professor, and she was a
Oh,
student.
you're right. And then there was the couple.
Yeah, the
girl
couple, Andrew and
Ben
the girl.
Shapiro.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was his name anyway, besides Ben Shapiro? Like
I
actually,
don't know. I just called him Ben Shapiro.
I forget. The girl was Taylor.
the lady was
um,
Angela.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's see. John.
John
No,
was
that-
his teacher.
That was the professor. Daniel.
Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at first, you kind of don't really like any of the characters. They're all a bit annoying, except for
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew, I was fine with, but
I didn't like
especially
the old lady.
Yeah, I know.
she was very abrupt.
Yeah, she was kind of like, I can do this myself. I don't need any of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think a reason why a lot of them were kind of like that is if you were, I read up on this, but if you were to play into their character traits, because it shows their character traits at the start, if you were to play them as their character traits, you get punished for it. So like you're supposed to develop the characters as it goes, because if you make the right choice, you start building relationships with the people, and it gives you like a leveling up system for that
Yeah.
connection.
I do like the fact that after, let's say, a very important thing or very important like scene happens, it goes to the curator, and he kind of another voice crack. He kind of gives you a rundown of
What
kind of
happened?
what
He's
you
like,
did.
oh, you forgot to pick up this item. That means you're going to have difficulty in this section. of the
Yeah.
game."
I'm feeling good about Man of Badan though, because after some part, it's the same thing happened in Little Hope. It was totally opposite for me. It was he's like, oh, you did everything correct. You did everything perfect.
Are you trying to get the good ending in this
I'm
one?
trying to get the good ending. Yeah.
I don't know if listeners, I don't know if you had kept up with all the games that we played, but Chug, like, he has an experience of getting the worst endings.
Yeah,
Like,
usually
it's-
everyone's dead.
It's not on purpose sometimes. Like Little Hope, I tried to get a good ending. I did one thing stupid, which we could talk about
That
in the
didn't
spoiler
kill everyone,
section.
though.
But
Your other choices killed people.
2 of the other deaths were because I missed on the prompts.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't understand the heartbeat one.
No, I got to say.
Every single time, the heartbeat one,
The
I just
triangle
couldn't
part?
do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one was weird.
That throws you off. But I do got to say, the quick time events add a layer of
Tension.
tension. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, because there was one scene where you were running away from the enemy, and there was a lot of quick time
Yeah.
events, and I was so nervous.
Yeah.
That, like, I wanted to hit all these right.
Did you guys notice that towards the end, some of the quick time events got faster? Like
Yeah.
the buttons got, and if you miss one, you'll like trip or something, and I don't know if you can recover from that.
The hardest quick time events were the ones where you had to aim because you didn't know where it was going to be on
Yeah.
screen, and
Well,
like you
I
had
thought
to
those
get
were really easy.
Well, it did show a little
not as much.
icon. Didn't show it for you?
Well, it did, yeah, but like it was fast, so
Yeah,
you
it
had
was
to
really
quickly
fast.
get it over there and
Yeah.
press the button.
There were a few things that we missed out on. I don't know if is this a spoiler about the I don't know if you got the gun.
No, I didn't grab it.
There was towards the end of the game. There's like a scene where I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah, well, oh, I know what you're talking
but
about.
like you have to use the gun.
Yeah.
And it backfires.
That
and
actually
stuff.
backfired. Well, that backfired on me because I didn't pick up a certain item, the gun, and then I had trouble later on.
Pretty
I
much.
still
I didn't
could've
pick it up
gotten-
either though.
I didn't either.
I know what happened though. The game actually glitched. So this is the one glitch that I had in the game. I was in the police station and I was gonna open up a locker where I think the gun would have been. I'm not sure, but then a cutscene happened and it wouldn't let me finish it. So then I couldn't open that locker, which I'm not sure if that's where the gun was, but I wasn't able to explore the whole place because the stupid phone rang, or you know what I'm talking about.
The at certain points in the game, the characters split up,
Yeah.
and these games are actually co-op. So if you're playing with another person, you will play those characters at a different part of the game.
You guys should try it in Man of Badan.
that
you
would be
wanna?
kind of fun.
Yeah, let's
Because
do
I
it.
already have
We
half
can
of it
experience
completed,
it.
so I'm not gonna just like restart the whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's
So-
the other thing is that as I was playing this, I realized they actually probably put a lot of work into this.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so many small little branches that you can go out. Obviously, you have a set amount of endings. What is it, like 6
Mm-hmm.
or something?
There's 3
There's
for one thing,
variations.
3 for another thing. So it's
Yeah. So it's like, but there are so many small dialogue points,
Mm-hmm.
and I think even I think even like yeah, because like if someone were to die, if you were to lose someone, then that whole area would have been with that person.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's completely different now. All the dialogue's different because that person's gone.
I feel like that'd be really cool if what is it? Like you two are playing together, and you split up, and one of you ended up killing the other person.
You come back. And
Oh,
like, what
yeah.
And then
happened?
the other person comes back, and there's only one dude or one girl, and then you're just like, wait, what did you just do?
Wait, when we play it, we should when we split up, we should mute.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's another thing that they added is now there's co-op too, so you can play it alone or
They
with co-op.
actually recommend you don't play alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called, or one of the things when you turn the game on, it says, don't play alone. It's like in their marketing.
Huh.
It's like,
Well, yeah, they do actually give you the friend pass, so you can play for free with another person.
Oh, wait.
Kind of like that one platformer
Takes
game.
Two?
yeah.
Yeah. But this is on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, so it's just different.
I
But
think I
on
have.
Steam, they give you
both
the
need
pass.
you both need to download it, and then
I have it downloaded.
yeah, if you both have it downloaded, I think
I
you
still have Game
you could
Pass.
just do it together if you're friends on
If not, I'll just
Microsoft.
download it. Yeah.
So
Wait,
Some of
Okay,
the
never mind.
choices the characters make are weird.
what do you mean?
Well, there's one scene where the teacher jumps off a bridge. He doesn't die, but he freaks out and just jumps off a bridge for
Oh,
no
yeah.
reason. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so random.
It was just another character on a bike, and he's like, "Ooh," jumps off the bridge, flips out.
It was like it was
Yeah.
unexpected. It was like chill out.
It's weird.
But what's weird is that like in other portions where like something similar happens, he doesn't flip out like that.
Mhm.
Or,
Yeah.
like he didn't.
There's a couple times where he does. Like he
Yeah.
gets scared by a cat and just starts
Well,
sprinting
yeah,
away.
that was weird. I don't get that though. Like I understand. I kind of see what they're doing. Like so basically the professor or whatever. Even someone makes a little comment about it, but he's kind of like the quote unquote like leader or whatever. Like he
Mhm.
kind of leads him through this whole like scenario. And I guess like those sections where he like flips out is like I don't know. Like he's not like some sort of nod to like he's not as like I don't know.
Oh, he's not,
Not
the
as like
leader
tough
that he
or
should
whatever.
be, or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I
I
don't
was
know,
kind of getting that vibe.
I thought since he was like cut off from the rest of the group for like 10 seconds for that one point, like with the fog.
Oh yeah.
I thought that's what made him crazy like that, because you never saw what it was.
Oh yeah. Whoa, wait. What the bike?
No. It was closer towards the beginning, I think, where they're walking and they see the wooden bridge, and he walks forward because there's like a little shadow in the
Mhm.
bridge, so he walks forward, and then the fog closes him off,
Oh.
and then you see the people talking. Or you hear you are looking at the people talking, but you never see what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
So maybe one person actually gets to see what he's doing on the other side.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
I did like how they split them though.
yes, it's pretty cool.
Although I do think that the whole like I think one of my least favorite groups was the Ben Shapiro guy, Daniel and Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were awkward.
Yeah, I disliked that.
yeah,
Which is the other thing. Now they say awkward. Like I understand like I'll give them kudos for doing this because I can't imagine how much work they had to put into this, like all the dialogue, all the different scenarios. But some of the like talking was just so unnatural.
There was like a minute-long dialogue about how they were arguing about who would break a window with a rock,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Mhm.
"Can you actually hit it?"
Yeah.
Like really?
And then when he like cuz this was between Andrew and John or whatever. And then when he threw the rock in the window, he's like, "Hey, like he's like
you
good
could be a
job."
baseball player.
Yeah,
or
I'm
like-
something.
Like who would ever say that? Like you're literally throwing a rock.
That
in a
was
window.
that was another thing. The people thought that they were on a group trip together, but it seemed like they didn't know each other that well.
It seemed
That's
like they
true,
all
yeah.
hated each other to start,
Yeah.
And so
especially
it's a little
the old lady and Taylor.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit odd.
That was weird.
She even
There's-
goes, "I don't like you," or she goes, "I'm beginning to not like you."
Yeah.
Like you knew her before, didn't you? Why are you beginning to not like her?
Yeah.
It's kind
I
of weird.
don't know. But there was just like, and the other thing was super weird, awkward cuts. Like you remember that one in
Yeah.
specific.
The
them
music
talking
would
about.
just cut off. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
even faded in or anything.
I
It
was
just jump cut.
at first. I even thought that like something happened. Like I missed maybe my game glitched or something
Mm-hmm.
because it cut at such an abrupt time, and then it did a loading screen, and then it was black, and then it switched to another group. And
Yeah.
I was like, did I miss something? Did I do something wrong? Like,
It seemed odd.
yeah, like I can't imagine someone like one of their testers playing through that and like thinking that that was okay, like that cut.
They should have
Curious.
smoothed it out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been that hard.
Yeah.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up if it actually decreases or stays the same the amount of time that it takes to beat the game if you play it with multiple people.
Oh, it would decrease.
You think?
Because you play both stories at separate times if you're by yourself.
You wouldn't have to switch.
Yeah.
I
They're
wonder if
happening
that cuts-
simultaneously.
I wonder if that cuts it in half.
It might.
It'd be pretty short.
Yeah. But I
Hmm.
wonder how it works when the groups converge again.
You're
Like,
yeah.
who controls what?
It does
Huh.
take a shorter time to complete it.
How long usually? Because you said 4 hours, right? To beat
It's
Man
about
of Medan?
4 for average.
What? Co-op?
Co-op?
No.
I'm assuming it'd probably be around 2.
Let me see.
Hmm.
I it's kind of slow.
That'd be kind of interesting because then we can talk about the experiences that we didn't have.
Yeah.
Like what happened with you while I was doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And you could actually be scared for the other characters because you don't know what the other person's going to
Yeah.
make.
Do you switch to another character if you die? If your character dies when you're playing co-op? Or are you set to one character?
Most likely just swap the other character.
Yeah.
Like, no,
'cause
as
if
in
one
the
character
other
dies,
character that was with you.
Yeah.
if one character dies and you were supposed to play them at a later section, you'll just play a different character. But that's what's cool because they had to program that dialogue in for different characters saying
Yeah.
different things and the actions they take.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So it's pretty interesting.
Well, each person has their own section where they could die. It is
Yeah.
possible, but it's not like any character could die.
You killed everyone somehow. You got
No,
the
I had one person left.
the main character?
He couldn't die.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
You killed everyone that you could have possibly killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 3 of them weren't on purpose.
I
The
know. I'm
first
just
one
saying,
was.
you got the worst possible
The
ending
first
again.
one I purposely killed off.
We should make a track record where like how many games you get the worst
Yeah.
ending.
There's Vampire, this one.
In Vampire, there was no one left in the entire city. You killed them all.
Yeah. Actually, if you think about it, if you looked at all the endings, I actually didn't get the worst one.
In Vampire?
No,
Oh, in the other one.
in Little Hope, because there's 3 total endings, and I'll talk about this later in the spoiler section. Why I think that, but
You're just trying to justify it.
no.
It was in the category of the worst, though.
It was
May
in the
not be in the
category of the
very
worst, but the thing is, there are worst
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
endings to
Which
it.
actually, are we set? You guys have anything
Yeah,
more
let's
to
just-
say?
General consensus of the game?
Okay, so I'm in a minority here. I actually liked the game a lot, and I liked
like the
ending.
game, yeah, for
You
sure.
like the
I
ending.
liked the ending, but we'll talk about it. I liked the ending.
And I disagree with you, and we'll discuss why.
We'll
in the
talk about
spoilers.
it.
But yeah, the game was good. How much did we pay for it? It was like $13.
15, so we each paid 5.
Yeah,
That was a good price for it.
yeah,
so-
15. Even if I paid full price, I'd be happy with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Plus, you can replay it and get different choices.
That's
so.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't, but
Not
Yeah.
me personally, but people have, and I see that online.
if you're interested in playing the anthology, I think it's actually a really interesting concept, and I think it's really good.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
do like Man of Medan. We'll talk about that more next podcast, but
Yeah.
Okay, this is the spoiler section. So
Spoiler.
okay. I'm not going to say
Wait,
the
let's talk
ending.
about the endings first.
Well,
though.
okay, but before I want to say something. So, you know how it went back in time to the witch trials?
mhm.
Yeah.
Like they could have gone through the entire game without adding any of that witch trial stuff in,
That's
and it
true.
wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Actually, nothing would have mattered,
Well,
really.
so what happens in the end is you find out that in the beginning of the game, the crazy part we were talking about, Andrew's family was all killed in a fire, and that was supposed to happen, and that wasn't just a dream like he thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually just going crazy over time. He's driving a bus, he crashes, and he just kind of wanders around the town, hallucinating the entire game.
Well, the game starts with because we talked about the bus driver, right?
Mhm.
And when the bus crashes, then you see all the characters there. You see Andrew, you see the professor and stuff, and they're all the same characters as in the flashback where Andrew and all his family died from the house fire. And when we were talking about everything that's crazy, we did all the decisions, and no matter what you did, they all died. So that's why we were all feeling bad, because we're like, we should have done something different. They die.
They're all horrible.
They were
Like
terrible deaths.
Ben Shapiro falls out a window and gets impaled on the fence.
Yeah.
And then his sister gets hung trying to jump off the roof.
Yeah, I told her to try because you're down below and you're Andrew and you tell her like what to do. I think if you go in the window, she burns alive or something. I told her
who?
The sister.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I told her to try to go down the pipe on the side of the
same.
and she trips and she starts hanging and breaks her neck.
I looked at another playthrough. Somebody actually went in to save what's the little girl's name? Angela or something?
Is it? No,
Mary.
No.
Mary. It was different. But yeah, he went in to the house and she was at the top of the stairs and she still burned alive.
Yeah.
So no matter what, I think everybody was just gonna die anyways.
Yeah, because that was the whole basis for the story.
Pretty much.
He was feeling guilty for that, and he kind of went crazy because of it.
Did you notice the character running up to him? What is it? And asked him like what he did. Was the Chinese or the Asian guy from the flashbacks?
Oh yeah,
like stuff
which
like
there
that.
wouldn't have been an Asian in Puritan.
Yeah, it was kind of
England.
that was kind of odd, but
the main one main thing that I actually kind of forgot about is there was this thread throughout the entire game. When you crash and all these characters are there and they're the same characters as your flashback where all of them died horribly, Andrew is the center of everything, but you're constantly looking for the bus driver. Because they're like, let's go find the bus driver. And this never occurred to me. But obviously, in the end, the bus driver is Andrew grown up, and that horrible event in the beginning of the game was real. Everything else.
You both noticed the demon following Mary around, right?
Yeah.
That caused her to light the fire. How did Andrew know about that demon? The demon was the priest.
Yeah.
Because the priest was obviously like molesting her.
Yeah.
It was a horrible story, and that basically the whole witch trial thing. You're trying to get rid of that priest.
Yeah, well, I think the demon was kind of like an imagined thing that he placed there, but the reason why the witch trials was like all like involved in there is if you remember at the beginning of the game, he was actually when he was driving the bus, he puts a book down, and that was like a witch trials book, and it was history on that. The Little Hope in the previous
in the house too. At the beginning of the game, I saw a book about witch trials, and I said, "Oh, there's foreshadowing right here." I knew there was gonna be something about witch trials.
Yeah.
But
the ending though.
Yeah, wait, so I got the good ending. Even though I had someone die.
Is that the one with the diner?
Yeah, so basically here's the other thing is that the Taylor's boyfriend back in the flashback, that was like in the 70s or whatever, he was this guy and he's there later on in the present. It's hard to explain, but he's in the present, but he's kind of like this weird figure that you don't trust. And I got the good ending to where he was her boyfriend grown up, and I didn't even realize that, but he was Taylor's boyfriend grown up, and he forgave me. That was the good ending, is that he forgives you for what he thinks that you did, because when you run out of the house and it's burning, you have a matchbox
in
your hand, and the Chinese guy, when he helps you, he sees that. And so if you remember reading the newspapers around, people originally thought that he started the fire.
Makes
but then
sense,
later he was that was recanted because they saw the doll burning and they knew that it was Mary that started the fire.
But my ending was, this is the reason why I think that mine wasn't the worst. Yes, I killed everyone off like towards the end. Okay.
Some on purpose.
Okay, before the old lady, I didn't like her.
She gets better though. That's the whole point of the game.
I know.
Is you're supposed to develop the characters.
I know, but I didn't like her. It was, I don't know why I did it, but I just didn't hit the prompts and I just let her die.
He was laughing so much when she died too.
That was a horrible death too.
She got wrapped with chains and pulled into the river. No, the demon like puked in her mouth and she drowned in the vomit.
Yeah.
So you were laughing?
He was like, yes.
And then the other deaths, obviously I missed the other two, I missed the prompts.
By accident. Right?
Yes. And then the last one was the professor, who obviously got his neck cracked because of a decision early on, apparently.
It was okay. So you know the part where he's holding the door and there's a demon behind him? There are two choices. There's the heroic one and then there's like the reassuring one where he says like, go on without me. Or he says, come help me. Which the way I had been playing the whole game is it's better to stick together. I'm not going to
Yeah.
leave one character behind.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought was, I'm going to let the character stay and help him because I don't want him to die by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, the game will just kill him off later on if you don't choose the heroic one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dumb.
I
Yeah,
chose a
he just-
heroic and he lived, which is that's a dumb decision.
It is. He gets trapped in the house, nothing you can do about it, no prompts, and he just gets killed by the creature in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose the heroic one, what happens in the heroic one?
The heroic one, he just lives. Nothing happens.
So he's not in the house when it starts on fire?
Yeah. Which, by the way, every character dies by their previous life thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's all tied with the witch trials or whatever, and you'll have these flashbacks, which the witch trials, like, we can talk about how useless they were, but essentially, John, the professor, how he gets his neck cracked or whatever, in the witch trials, he gets that terrible death where they put a bunch of heavy rocks on you
on
and
top of
crush
him?
your chest or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Taylor, she gets hung in the witch trials, and she also got hung.
Well, it's
in
all
the
similar
70s
because
Backflash.
in the 70s Backflash, this is what you first see when you do the game. They all died a certain way. Like, yeah, you're right.
Hanging.
He got crushed by the house.
Oh, so Taylor must have gotten hung if she went in the window. We never chose that, but that's the way
Yeah,
she
yeah.
dies.
But what if she didn't get hung when she went in the window?
She got burned?
No, she just suffocated.
Taylor?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I wonder what would happen if you chose that.
It was always the hanging demon, the one that floated around.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been that.
I wonder if it would have
She
changed.
didn't
That would've been
get she
interesting.
didn't get hung.
Or maybe suffocated because, it collapses your...
Yeah, but
maybe.
the lady who drowned suffocated too.
Yeah.
Angela. She
I don't know.
suffocated by the smoke, and because of that, she was equated to drowning.
See, because that was my thought process throughout, is that they're reincarnated, and they're coming
Yeah.
back to Little Hope constantly because you're in this death
yeah.
loop or something like that. Like,
Mhm.
they're back from when the witch trial started. They all die in similar ways.
Mhm. Yeah, but
My biggest complaint about the whole hallucination ending, which I normally like that. I shouldn't have spoiled it. Whatever. I'm
You
gonna
wanna
cut
cut
it
that
out.
out?
I'm gonna write it down to cut it out.
He just said a spoiler, by the way. So
Yeah, we just cut out a spoiler for a movie that I'm gonna write it down. But yeah, normally I like that kind of ending, but in this, it invalidated everything that you did.
Mhm.
It invalidates everything the curator was saying to you.
Mhm.
He's talking to you this entire time about these characters like they're real.
Yeah.
Why would he be talking to you about a hallucination?
Mhm.
It's just kind of weird because I like the curator a lot.
Yeah.
And you grow to like the characters, and the whole witch trial thing was interesting, and the whole demon thing was interesting,
Mhm.
but none of it was real.
Yeah.
So you're left to wonder how much of it actually was based on reality.
yeah,
None of it except for
the
for
deaths
the
in
death,
the 70s.
the bus crash. Everything else was in his head.
Yeah, I know, but even like the beginning, the one complaint I saw on a YouTube video was that in the beginning, the police officer looks on the bus and says, where are you going? And then the crazy guy says, oh, I'm taking these passengers to so-and-so.
Yeah.
And the cop looks back and there's no one in the bus.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't think they'll mind if you take a detour. So the cop just doesn't care that this crazy guy thinks he has passengers driving a bus.
Yeah. Well, like this is like my complaint because I know the YouTube video, which that guy is like completely conceited.
Oh, yeah, he was attacking
Actu-
people in the
Yeah,
comments.
he was like attacking people. This guy's like a joke. Anyway, so like I usually like a lot of times I don't watch many things. Like I don't try to like well, I don't know, because he was very opinionated in like how he didn't like it. And one thing that I saw is that the police officer actually grins when he says that. Because I think he took it as a joke. But that's supplementing the argument. It doesn't mean that happened. Obviously, I think it would have been easier if the guy probably laughed or like said, "Oh, okay." Like that would have made it so much. That would have justified it.
Yeah.
Because he is letting this guy go by when he says there's people in the back. Like he obviously knows he's like mentally.
He's not doing his job right.
yeah.
If you guys noticed, the police officer was actually the priest.
No, I thought he was the guy that helped the priest with the big tall hat.
Oh,
sure
yeah,
that
you're
was
right.
him.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
The priest, I don't think ever showed up. In
No,
any,
I don't think so.
No,
yeah,
he didn't.
but
There's only one reference to the priest, and that's in the house at the end.
That was the
Where-
book, right?
No, it was just a letter to the
Yeah.
family
Oh
from the
no,
priest.
you actually found his book.
well, yeah, that was different.
Oh, I don't
you
remember
found,
that.
You found
but-
his book, and that's how you you tell the people
Yeah.
that he's bad.
No, but
because you opened the book and you saw the drawings,
Yeah.
and then you told the kid.
I actually never found that.
Oh, you didn't find the book?
No.
Then how do
Really?
you justify Mary?
What did you do?
How do you justify Mary?
There is in the very end, there was a paper. It was from Father whatever saying Mary is troubled and I'm going to need to see her for private instruction.
Well, yeah, that's obviously.
And that was really sketchy. But it was obvious the priest was bad.
Yeah.
I knew from the very beginning.
Yeah.
He was just
but
so
I mean,
creepy.
In the end, at the trial, you pin it all on the priest because you have the book. Because you know
I never
that
had the book.
You must have looked at the book at some point.
Maybe I did. I must have missed it then.
I think you have to.
You didn't have the book. You looked at it. And
The
you
first
told
time
him
I
about it.
saw his book was in the trial when he gave it to the judge and the judge opened it up.
It was in the museum, right, with the book.
Either that or the church they were held up in.
Maybe I saw
Yeah.
it in passing and just didn't really think anything.
But yeah. So here's my thing. So you don't like the ending, and you don't like the ending.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my thing. I also do like movies that do that whole, like everything was this or whatever. And I know a lot of people don't like that, but here's my thinking is I played a lot of horror games, and when a developer makes me believe something makes me believe that this is the outcome, because I already thought I had it figured out. That's the thing. That's what I like about it, is in my mind, I had it set. I was like, okay, this is the death loop, reincarnation or whatever. And then it just switches. And then it's a story about this guy's mental health and his path towards forgiving himself for he didn't kill his family, but he feels guilty for it.
Mm.
And so that's what makes me like it, is because the developers basically made me believe this narrative and then just said, that's not what it is. It's actually this. And that's what I like about it, is I like when people do that. Because I always think I have things figured out. I'm like, oh, okay, I got this. But then when they switch it on you and they say it's something completely different, I like it. Plus, I got the good ending, so I have something wholesome. He forgives himself for killing his family after all these years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it all kind of makes sense, is the Witch Trials was the book. He was reading up on it. Little Hope has a history about it. And that's why the characters look the same. They die the same way, because he saw all of his family members die with his own eyes. And that's why it's so traumatic.
Mm.
So that's why
Yeah.
I like it. But
Okay,
I understand that people don't like it because none of your choices matter.
There's actually
Yeah.
2 more versions of the ending that we didn't see.
Bad ending?
Yeah, the bad endings. There's versions of it. The one that I got, he just kind of, after the guy died, he sat on the steps. The boyfriend came up to him, the black guy,
Yeah.
and he told him you shouldn't be here, stuff like that. That was my ending. And then, but if you get the gun, once he leaves, I'm pretty sure he puts the gun to his head and then the credits roll.
Oh, really?
No, he shoots himself.
Oh, he shoots himself?
Yeah, because Mary scares him and then he shoots himself and kills himself. If you have the gun and you get the
Oh,
bad
man.
Yeah,
ending.
if you get the gun.
Yeah, and there's
and
blood
then-
on the...
Yeah, and then there's another ending where you get arrested.
There's
Hmm.
another one where Mary stops you from shooting yourself. She puts her
I
arm
didn't
on
realize
you.
there were so many endings.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
puts your arm on you and then she's stops you from shooting yourself.
So if you
So-
save Mary?
I think so. If you save Mary but everyone else dies or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I got the ending, that ending, but I didn't get the gun. So technically, I got the good ending.
There's also 2 good endings though. There's one where the black guy, the boyfriend of Taylor, he forgives you. And then he says there's nothing here for you. You should leave Little Hope. And then the other one is where he doesn't forgive you, but he tells you there's a phone 10 miles away or whatever, and then you live or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, that the guy on YouTube that I'm talking about, which by the way, that guy is very opinionated. He's one of those people where if you say something, he won't argue back. He'll just say, "Oh," because someone said something like, "Oh, well, I actually liked the ending. It kind of gave me this feeling," and all this. He said his opinion, and the guy's like, "Yeah, you and 5% of people."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Don't be a jerk about it. You're so conceited." But anyway, the choices do matter. Not in the way that we want them to, because I would have been totally fine with the whole reincarnation thing. But the choices do matter in that they directly affect how you forgive yourself, how Andrew forgives himself. Because if he killed everyone, then he never forgives himself. Because that whole thing of him doing all this experience by himself was hopefully to get to the end of him accepting everything that happened in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't do it right, then he doesn't forgive himself. He could even kill himself. But if you do all the decisions right, then he'll end up forgiving himself, and the black guy will forgive you. So there were consequences, but not in the way that we think or we thought there would be.
There were.
I just wish that the characters are somehow like real people.
Yeah. Although that would be a completely different narrative then.
Yeah. Or there actually were people on the bus and he was projecting stuff onto them.
Yeah, that would be fine.
What is it? What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something before, but then you spoke.
Something about the ending.
Yeah.
The bad ending.
No.
The good ending.
I'll try to think about it, I guess.
But I don't know, like, cause I like that. I liked it because that's a thread that I totally forgot. They piled that one thread of finding the bus driver with all this other like scary stuff and stuff.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, since they did that at the end, people were saying how they feel not. What is it? I'm trying to say it. They don't really like the ending that much because they want to replay it.
Oh, and they know
but
it.
then they know it when they're
That's
in their
true.
playthrough again, and they're like, "But this is all pointless. They're just gonna.
That's true.
This is pointless."
Unless,
Yeah.
I mean, there is still an end consequence. If it were Until Dawn, everyone survives and escapes. If it was this one, maybe you got the really bad ending and he killed himself and you want him to forgive himself. So, like, even though you know the twist, you could still play it and try to get a different outcome.
Yeah, that is
But it's
true.
not as, I can see how it isn't as satisfying as something like Until Dawn where everyone escapes or whatever, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like what I was saying is that one thread of finding the bus driver, I totally forgot, which I like stuff like that because then I look back on it and I'm like, wow, they totally covered that up and made me forget about it because then I would question things.
Yes.
I kept questioning it until about midway through the game, and then I realized, okay, this is probably something they're going to reveal in the end.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't revealed it halfway through, so I figured it was important.
Well, I was thinking maybe the bus driver was like bad or something, or maybe he died. Those were my two thought processes.
I thought he was just dead.
Yeah, that's
At the beginning of the game, I kind of totally just forgot about it. So
Yeah.
Well, they made a big deal about him in the beginning, and they never found a body, which there were a couple times in the game where characters got separated and they thought they were dead. Like Angela fell into the sewers,
Yeah.
and he heard her screaming, so they thought she was dead. But I never saw a death scene,
Yeah.
so I knew she was still alive.
Yeah, at first I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But then I was like, oh, she's probably alive because.
So I know in a game like this, if the bus driver was dead, he would be shown dead,
Yeah.
or he would be still alive. But yeah, I know what you mean about the ending.
Yeah.
Wait, what if they did something different where the bus driver actually died, and that was like purgatory?
That whole section. That
That
whole area.
the whole game was. I heard that was another big thing where people were like kind of hoped it was like that,
Oh.
where it was in
I
the
would've
bus
liked
driver
that.
died, and then the whole game is just their purgatory, pretty much.
And they have to. That's why you build a relationships with people
Mm-hmm.
because you're trying to improve or whatever. However purgatory works or whatever.
Yeah.
however
Hmm.
it's
I heard
described.
people say that they would prefer it that way, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I mean, I could see how people were hoping for like the. Well, that's the thing. Like that's such an like you expect that outcome of everything being real,
Mm-hmm.
and I know people do it a
Well,
lot.
without spoiling too much, people already expected that from Little Hope.
What?
I
know.
can't spoil.
Yeah, I
I
know.
can't spoil Man of Medan, but it was already expected with Little Hope.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I haven't played anything else.
I haven't
You've
either,
seen the
so-
ending of it?
Unfortunately, I was spoiled when I was looking up stuff about the ending of Little Hope.
Oh.
I don't know any of the characters, but I know that it was similar in a way. But I know I don't know anything about the story.
Yeah, people are hoping that the next couple games aren't like Little Hopes, where it's
Yeah, and they even promised that the next game is not going to be. It's all hallucination.
yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
So I feel like if they did another one of those, it'd be like, oh, they're doing another Little Hope.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they've had changed it a little bit. Like I'm hoping it's not going to be like very similar to Little Hope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I can see why people would be upset about that. Is
Well,
like
I mean, the next one's about you going like a bunch of soldiers going to a Sumerian temple with
That
like,
sounds cool.
which
That
is
sounds
really
really
cool.
cool.
When is that out?
next
I
month.
don't know.
Or this
Wait, but
month,
how-
it's October. Comes
It
out.
comes out in October.
It comes out
Yeah.
this month
Oh.
towards the end.
I actually don't know. Like when people say they expect that, I feel like they didn't actually, because if they played the first one, there's no way that they would have known that the next one would be like that. Because
Yeah.
now they know that. Or,
Maybe
you know.
they saw something that
Well,
it
maybe
was.
not
and then-
expected, but maybe just they're tired of that.
Well,
type
yeah,
of
I can see
ending.
how they would be tired about it,
Mm.
and I could see it. I could see how people would be tired about it. But for me, like I was expecting the generic. Everything was real. The monsters were real. All that kind of stuff that you expect from a horror game.
I wasn't expecting the monsters to be real, but I thought they were gonna tie it in with something. I wasn't sure what though.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a pretty wholesome ending. I liked it. Different.
It definitely wasn't
Eh,
wholesome.
my
but I
ending
mean,
wasn't
well,
really
for me, it
wholesome.
was-
well, I mean, his whole family died. That's not exactly
well,
wholesome.
no, but the fact that he forgave himself, at least in my ending, for me that was.
my guy just sat there.
I mean, it was a weird way of it was a weird way of coping, but
Yeah,
for me, it was like now he can move on for my ending or whatever. But
Yeah,
I like the game overall though.
I did.
I
yeah.
did. I liked it a lot, because even we were going in thinking that, this was the lesser of Man of Medan, which we haven't played that yet. But
Maybe we'll feel differently after playing that.
yeah,
Who knows?
I mean, we'll see next week.
Yeah.
See how we feel about
Sometimes nostalgia will make you think back on something and think it was better than it was. So they played Man of
Yeah.
Medan first, and they thought it was better, and they were expecting even better with Little
it.
Hope.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Wait,
I'm
when's
gonna
it?
have.
You
We're
said
gonna have
the-
to finish it. Man
I
of Medan
mean,
to see.
When's the
but
last one? Well,
last one?
actually,
It's like
I don't know.
October 20 something. Let me see.
I mean, there are
House
5 weeks.
of
I don't know. That's a
Ashes.
lot though.
There's 5. I thought there was
Well,
4.
well,
Comes out the 22nd.
yeah. Well, in our schedule, there's 5 basically. I think that's how it worked. We have an extra week where there isn't anything, but I don't know if I'd want to record another one.
Well, I mean, after
'Cause
playing these two, I might want to play.
There's a lot of
this.
games
so-
coming out this month.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Far Cry 5 coming out later on.
6,
6, yeah.
and that's coming out next week.
Yeah. Which will
So-
be in Vermont for that.
And then
Oh, yeah.
I want to play the Battlefield beta. We
Yeah,
have
I'm
a
gonna
couple
miss it.
days to play it. No, you can come over our house and play it
Yeah, I'll do that
because
you pre-ordered it.
we have early access to it, and I also want to install it on my laptop,
Oh, you're gonna play it, in
and then we
Vermont?
can bring it to Vermont.
Hmm.
I don't know how well it would run, but it should run pretty well.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Your laptop is pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a 1650 Ti in it. It's not like the 2070 that you have, but
2060.
2060. Yeah.
Are you gonna install it, or you don't want it to overheat?
I have a really powerful laptop, but I'm scared that it gets too hot. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I may
Did you
try
say
it.
100.
It got to
degrees?
100 degrees Celsius.
That's
oh
crazy.
my!
Yeah. But that's common for laptops,
It is.
like especially gaming laptops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I just
can-
needed the power for other
Well,
stuff
honestly,
besides
we
gaming.
could just connect it to a TV, throw the fan above it, like the one of the fans above it, and then like use a controller.
It
or
would be
something.
60 frames on there, so it wouldn't be maxing it out.
Yeah.
I mean, still, you get to play Battlefield.
That's true.
So
But yeah, I think we're gonna wind
yeah,
down.
that's it.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Think so. We'll
Um,
talk about Man of Medan the next podcast.
Yeah.
So
Man of Medan, maybe
we'll do
well, actually, no, we
Oxenfree,
won't.
and then we'll do Outlast.
Yeah.
So
I was
we'll
gonna
do
say
it in
we'll
that
talk
order.
a little bit about Battlefield, but we won't be playing. We wouldn't have played it.
Oh yeah.
So the third episode we'll talk about
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield because then we would have played it a little bit.
Yes.
So yeah, next podcast is gonna be Man of Medan. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you in the next podcast.